Yeah, the headlights maybe.
That's on that unit.
I can go this way. That'll be all right. Is anybody else here?
This is it.
Is anybody out at the JP3? They said it was taken. Somebody up there. JP3? I didn't hear that.
Check 1, 2, 3. Check.
Hold it. Patty, you want me to hold that?
All ready? Okay, tonight, Sheriff's Office received information from the Office of Inspector General of the TDCJ about an escapee suspect and murder suspect, providing vehicle information on a vehicle that the suspect stole in Centerville, Texas today. We mobilized our officers to the highways. A short time later, we received additional information that the suspect was in San Antonio. So we deployed officers on all the highways, major highways. At a later time tonight, an investigator from Atascosa County spotted a pickup about 6 miles north of Poteet on Highway 16 southbound, confirmed the license plate number as the pickup truck stolen in Centerville. He followed it, and so he could get additional assistance. And he actually followed it to almost in here to Jourdanton, at which time Jourdanton Police Department spiked the vehicle, flattening all 4 tires. The vehicle turned on the spur up here and then went out into a field. It got back on Highway 16 and where officers were in pursuit of it, heading south. The suspect stuck a rifle out of the window of the truck and fired several shots. He turned on this street here, which is Cypress. He went down there and struck a telephone pole and bounced off of that telephone pole, went down the road a little bit further, crashed into another telephone pole and a fence. He exited his truck. He fired additional rounds. At least 4 officers returned fire at the suspect. There were several shots fired. No officers were injured, and the suspect is deceased.
Was there a high-speed chase? Did the suspect know that you were following him?
No. The officer stayed behind him so not to alert the suspect that he was being tailed until we got close to Jourdanton, where Jourdanton Police spiked the tires, and then we did get in a sharp pursuit from about the Exxon station behind you, right to here.
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. The 4 officers who exchanged fire, are they all Jourdanton PD, or are they sheriff's deputies? Or?
They're officers from Atascosa County.
Okay. All 4 of them?
Yes.
Can you talk about what you found in the vehicle?
No,
any
ma'am.
additional weapons?
No, ma'am. Currently, it's under investigation now. The shooting and everything is under investigation by the Texas Rangers, and so I'm not going to comment on any other details, what we found in the truck, anything like that. I'm unable to comment on it.
At any point, were the residents that live in this community, which I understand is a senior living housing, were they alerted or in harm's way?
We don't believe they were. We checked with the residents afterwards to make sure everybody was okay.
Sheriff, when the suspect pointed the gun out and started shooting, were any other buildings or homes like that hit to your knowledge right now?
Not to my knowledge. Chief Kaiser with Jourdanton Police, his officers checked with the nearby residents to confirm everybody was okay.
And this suspect is also wanted in 5 murders in Central Texas today as well. So we had good reason to believe that he was a dangerous suspect, and why we took the steps we took to not alert him to our presence.
The Department of Criminal Justice had suggested he had some ties to the San Antonio area. Is that why you guys were sort of on high alert waiting for him, or is it just standard procedure after a bolo?
You know, I received information from this officer here. He's with TDCJ, Office of Inspector General. He notified me of the escapee, and we received additional information from the U.S. Marshal Service that he may be in the San Antonio area. So then we heightened our alert, and sure enough, we spotted him.
About what time did you guys heighten the alert?
I've lost track of time. I couldn't tell you right now. I don't even know what time it is, but
Late.
a couple hours ago.
Yes, sir.
So what time did the shooting happen?
A couple hour and a half ago, maybe.
Can you talk about just, this is a dangerous individual, already wanted for serving time and wanted for 5 additional murders. Can you talk about just how scary it is for this to be happening so close and for this to have ended so close in our community?
Well, yeah, it is frightening to think that he ended up right here in our city, in our county. He is accused of killing a family of 5 today in Centerville, Texas. So right there tells you just exactly how dangerous he is. He was in prison for murder, so he's serving a life sentence already. So he didn't want to go back to prison, obviously, and we knew what kind of person he was and what kind of action he probably was going to take.
Generally, after an officer-involved shooting, DPS would take over the investigation, but with this being prison system, do you know if it's TDCJ or if the Texas Rangers would come in?
No, the Texas Rangers will handle the shooting investigation.
Gotcha.
Chief, do you have anything to say this happening in your city limits here?
No, we have an excellent working relationship with the neighboring agencies, so this was a good example of how we work together to stop somebody like this from causing any more harm to anybody here or anywhere in Texas. So I appreciate the work of our officers and the deputies from the Sheriff's Department and Pleasanton Police Department, Highway Patrol, other area agencies that joined in to make sure we got this guy stopped tonight.
Any idea how many shots were fired?
Multiple shots were fired. I probably heard 20 shots myself, and there's probably more than that fired. He actually started shooting when he was still here on the highway, and turned here, and he had the rifle out the window. So there was multiple shots fired.
Is the vehicle down that ditch then in that area?
Yes, ma'am. It's about 2 blocks down.
All things considered, no injuries. It seems as if it turned out about as well as it could have as far as you all are concerned.
As far as we're concerned, yes, sir. This dangerous individual is off the street, and no officers were injured. No citizens were injured. So yes, it's a good evening.
What happens next, and how long will you guys be out here?
Well, we'll be out here quite a while. Some of my investigators are assisting the Rangers. Highway Patrol here is to assist us, and their captain here is behind me. So I imagine there'll be officers out here for 2-3 hours.
Sheriff, the investigators had let y'all know that there were people that he was related to in the area. Is it known that he had made contact with them before?
I don't have any information about that. Who he might be related to in this area. I have zero information about that.
Anything you want to add, Sheriff?
No, just glad it turned out the way it turned out, and we'll just have to go through the rest of it now.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
You bet.